Reaching the age of 50 and beyond brings about significant life changes. Whether it's experiencing the joys of retirement, navigating the complexities of family dynamics, or stepping back into the dating scene after years of being single, relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, are a crucial part of the process. However, many people over 50 find themselves trapped in unhealthy relationships or unaware of the damaging patterns that can emerge as they age. In relationships, we can sometimes feel overwhelmed by others' expectations, emotional manipulations, or even self-imposed pressure to maintain a connection at all costs. It's vital to recognize these unhealthy patterns before they take root. This video explores how to avoid becoming a victim in your relationships, offering insights on setting boundaries, communicating openly, understanding the dangers of toxic relationships, and maintaining self-worth as you continue to build meaningful, lasting connections. Recognizing the warning signs of toxic relationships. Understanding what it means to be a victim in a relationship is the first step in breaking free from unhealthy patterns. The word victim often evokes thoughts of extreme abuse or manipulation, but in reality, the dynamics of victimhood can be subtle, particularly in emotional or psychological abuse. People over 50 may find themselves in relationships where they feel emotionally drained, undervalued, or even trapped without fully recognizing it. 1. Loss of self-identity. One of the most common signs of becoming a victim in a relationship is a gradual loss of your individuality. In any relationship, especially romantic partnerships, it's essential to maintain a sense of self. If you find yourself constantly giving in to the needs, desires, or expectations of your partner, you may lose track of who you are as a person. This can result in a cycle of self-doubt, where you stop doing things that you enjoy or stop pursuing goals that fulfill you. If you're no longer engaging in activities you once loved, or if you're neglecting your personal well-being for the sake of others, it's time to step back and assess the health of your relationship. A balanced relationship should complement your personal growth, not hinder it. 2. Constant self-doubt and emotional manipulation. Another indicator of a toxic dynamic is the presence of constant self-doubt. You may begin to second-guess your decisions, opinions, or feelings because your partner or loved ones have subtly or overtly communicated that you're wrong. This often leads to gaslighting, where your perception of reality is questioned, leaving you uncertain about your emotional state. Gaslighting is a form of emotional manipulation where someone makes you feel like you're overreacting or imagining things, even though the evidence suggests otherwise. Over time, this can leave you feeling isolated and doubting your own judgment. 3. Walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells means being hyper-aware of every move you make in order to avoid upsetting someone. If you find yourself constantly adjusting your behavior, censoring your thoughts, or holding back from expressing how you truly feel, this indicates an unhealthy power dynamic in the relationship. It's especially dangerous because it robs you of your ability to be open and honest. Instead, you're trapped in a cycle of appeasing the other person to maintain the peace. 4. One-sided effort. Healthy relationships are reciprocal. Both parties should contribute emotionally, mentally, and physically. If you find that you're always the one giving, whether in terms of emotional support, time, finances, or energy, and the other person is only receiving without giving back, it creates an unbalanced dynamic. Over time, this can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. Setting boundaries for self-preservation. One of the best ways to avoid falling into the victim role in a relationship is by establishing and maintaining strong boundaries. Boundaries serve as a framework for respecting each other's needs, desires, and limitations. As we get older, the importance of protecting our emotional well-being becomes even more apparent. 1. Emotional boundaries. Setting emotional boundaries is about protecting your mental and emotional health. It's essential to communicate when you feel overwhelmed, unsupported, or unappreciated. People in your life should respect your feelings and offer support when necessary, but they should never impose their emotions or create a situation where you feel emotionally drained. Recognizing when someone is emotionally dumping on you or using your empathy to manipulate you is critical. While it's natural to want to help those you care about, you don't need to sacrifice your emotional stability for someone else's comfort. 2. Physical boundaries. Physical space is just as important as emotional space. Your body is your own, and you have every right to decide when and how you allow others to interact with you. In romantic relationships, this may mean setting clear expectations about physical intimacy. In familial relationships, it may involve requesting personal space or time for yourself. If a person continually ignores or disrespects your physical boundaries, it's a clear sign that they may be crossing a line. Establishing clear guidelines on what is acceptable and what isn't ensures that your needs are met in a relationship without sacrificing your autonomy. 3. Mental boundaries. Mental boundaries are about protecting your thoughts, beliefs, and opinions from being manipulated or belittled. Healthy relationships should foster mutual respect for differing views and encourage open, constructive conversations. If someone repeatedly dismisses your thoughts or attempts to invalidate your opinions, it's important to stand firm in your beliefs and communicate that such behavior is unacceptable. When someone constantly criticizes or undermines your ideas, it's a form of intellectual abuse. Protect your mental space by surrounding yourself with people who respect your intelligence and ability to think for yourself. 4. Time boundaries. Time is a precious commodity, especially as we age. Setting boundaries around how much time you're willing to dedicate to others is vital for maintaining balance in your life. This might mean limiting time spent with people who are draining or controlling, or creating personal time for yourself. Respect for each other's time is fundamental in any healthy relationship. It's okay to say no to requests that infringe upon your personal time. Whether you're dealing with family obligations, work commitments, or social gatherings, maintaining time boundaries ensures that you're not constantly sacrificing your own needs. Mastering communication. One of the keys to avoiding victimhood in relationships is improving communication skills. Clear, honest, and respectful communication prevents misunderstandings and helps build trust between people. Here are some tips for mastering communication in relationships over 50. 1. Be honest and direct. Effective communication requires honesty. It's easy to fall into the trap of avoiding difficult conversations for fear of conflict. However, avoiding conversations about issues that bother you only allows problems to fester and grow. By expressing your needs and concerns openly, you create an environment of trust where both parties feel heard and respected. 2. Active listening. Listening is just as important as speaking when it comes to communication. Listening actively means fully focusing on the other person without preparing your response while they're talking. This helps you understand their perspective better and allows you to respond thoughtfully. It's about creating a dialogue, not a monologue. 3. Regulating your emotions. As we age, we often become more adept at managing our emotions, but we still need to practice self-regulation. Reacting emotionally in the heat of the moment can escalate conflicts. By taking a step back and responding calmly, you avoid feeding into negative cycles of anger or frustration that might arise in a relationship. 4. Non-verbal communication. Your body language speaks volumes. Non-verbal cues, such as facial expressions, posture, and tone of voice, can enhance or undermine what you're saying. Make sure that your non-verbal cues match the message you're trying to convey to avoid mixed signals. Embracing change and growth change can be intimidating. particularly later in life when we've grown accustomed to certain routines or relationships. However, change is necessary for growth. Remaining in toxic or unfulfilling relationships out of fear or inertia only leads to stagnation. 1. Embrace new beginnings. Whether you're ending a long-term relationship or starting a new one, embracing change can lead to self-discovery and personal growth. This might be the perfect opportunity to redefine what you want in a relationship, pursue new goals, or rekindle interests that have long been neglected. 2. Learn from the past. Reflecting on previous relationships can offer valuable insights. Use what you've learned to avoid making the same mistakes again. Self-awareness allows you to recognize toxic patterns early on, whether they come from within or from others. 3. Seek professional help. If you're finding it difficult to break free from unhealthy relationship dynamics, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. They can help you identify unhealthy patterns, build healthier relationship habits, and provide guidance as you navigate the complexities of relationships in your 50s and beyond. In your 50s, you have the wisdom and life experience to build strong, fulfilling relationships. By recognizing the signs of unhealthy relationships, setting firm boundaries, communicating openly, and embracing change, you can avoid becoming a victim in any relationship. Empower yourself by respecting your own needs and maintaining your self-worth. And don't be afraid to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. Ultimately, relationships in this phase of life should enhance your well-being, not detract from it. Embrace the opportunity to create new connections, deepen existing ones, and foster mutual respect and understanding. With the right mindset and tools, you can build relationships that bring you joy, support, and love as you continue your journey.